Hi, it's David here with Futures Trading. I took and did a video on yesterday with BTC. So we're going to take a look at this chart. But before doing so, I had posted this on there as well. That 3742. All right, so 43,742.50. I posted that yesterday as well. All right, and then I came here and wanted to give you guys a chance to participate with some targets. And so let's look at where that was at the time. So here's the 5 minute chart, and it's the 5 minute. That's a 1 minute you were just looking at. But here's the 5 minute, and I gave you some targets above and below. All right. And I told you that if they were to continue up, this is where they were going to head to, and hopefully that they will cycle from the clusters, kind of come back down, and then go ahead and go back up if that was the plan. If they wanted to stay up, that was the key. All right. So now we had again some targets below. I gave you that as well. All right. Now this is where they're at currently. So they managed to hit that first target. All right. So now let's take a look at that chart that I posted on yesterday. All right, so on yesterday, I'll give it to you like this here. Price was right there. Let me kind of slide it side by side so you can see it. All right, so price was right there. All right, and that's where we were at, kind of headed towards the center of that chart. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at this information here. And I said, can they stay above that 43,742.50 today? So can they end price above that price level? And they did. They closed above it. They managed to close above that. The new day came in right about there, and they was up at 832. So they was above that 742. They was above it by the end of the day. And I told you when I trade, I like to trade with price levels that I know is significant by the end of the day, like whether or not they need to close, either above them or beneath them. Very important because it impacts how you interact with the market. All right, so there's that decline. Now, I gave you guys a chance to look at it based on reversals. So in the thumbnail here, because I know there's people that like to step in front of the market, and clearly I can do the same. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just promote trend trading because I know it's really important to learn how to do that, and that's you listening to the market. That's all, because the market is telling you something. All right, so I gave you these three boxes. All right, you can go back and watch this video if you want, just to confirm what it is that I told you. And so there's the three boxes in the thumbnail. Now, let me get this out the way. Now I told you from up here, and it's right here. I put it in there. I said a reaction, not so much a back, a move back below that 4,300. All right, well 43 300. All right, so there's the 43 300. I didn't like what was up here because we had a target above, actually above this box. It was a target like right above it, like near the turn. And there's something, I just think it's important that they may get back up here, but they may not do it no time soon. All right, at least not now. But needless to say, I told you may not get a move back here, but I did give you just the three boxes. Now, if you want to know what makes me pick for this, just go into the video from yesterday, and it'll tell you why I picked these zones. All right. So for those that want to counter trend, price was right here. All right, and they blew through the first box. They did. Kind of held there for a bit, but remember that price that was important that they needed to close above, and they did. And so they managed to race up there. All right. Now they got close, and I said in yesterday's video, oftentimes this is how the supply and demand work. And when I draw my boxes, is that they shouldn't. And I told you that they usually would go above here. You don't take your entries on this area right here. You take it above this area. You take it above this area with a stop right there. All right. So now. When they came back down, and notice I didn't mark anything in between here, none whatsoever. I didn't mark none of these pivots in here, none whatsoever. All right, none of it. It's this right here. All right, just that one right there. Now, they managed to get back down here. They tagged it, jumped out of it, and but then they came back. All right. That's them coming back almost to the back of it, and then they gave you this big push. Now notice where they went to. All right, notice where all the downside motion came into play. Now let's go get that price one more time. All right, so let's go get our price. The 742.50, 742.50. All right, so now before this big drop, look at where it started from. 742, 42.50. So right in here, about right there. 742.50, right in this area, right here. All right. So there's your big drop. And so they managed to hit that target. And again, you got a few more to the downside. And I wish you all the best with your trading and Merry Christmas. Take care.